Had to try that again. All right. Had to try that again. Right when I had started the other live, my dog started going crazy. Somebody had just pulled up to the house, so false start, restart. If you're joining the live, thank you. And if you're not joining live, stick around. Hopefully, this information helps. I feel like it will help anybody that's trying to grow their brand in a digital way, in a digital space. And if you're not, I feel like everybody should have a better understanding of the internet and how to potentially create some opportunities for yourself through social media. If you're going to be up there, why not learn how to, use it for your benefit other than entertainment? Though I understand some people, they just utilize the internet for what it is. But nonetheless, want to give you guys this information. So many people have been reaching out wanting to learn more about social media, content creation, how to grow their brands organically on the different platforms. Some people are paying like thousands of dollars to these, I don't know, like social media marketers or whatever, and they can't even really show results. So again, if you feel like this information will help you or somebody you know, maybe a small business owner, maybe somebody that's got a great story, please go ahead, share this live to somebody you think that'll benefit off this information. And again, getting up here to talk about how to grow your brand through social media marketing, and doing it organically, not paying for viewers or followers and stuff like that. What's going on, Agent G, and everybody else? Amy, Rush, I see you, cuz. Tammy, everybody else in the live right now. Thank goodness for coffee. Went on a jog this morning. Whew, feeling it. So right off, I'm gonna get into it. And first, I want to say is when it comes to content creation, there's two types of people on the internet that are creating content. There are people that are chasing views, and there are people that are trying to, display a story, their purpose, their brand, their business, something that they actually feel personable about. So again, for some, they're just chasing views. They don't care about the content that they push, promote. They're just trying to get 100,000 views, make some money. That's okay. That is okay. But the thought that I would introduce to somebody that has that mindset of just wanting to post content just to make money is, what about longevity? What if you can't keep posting unoriginal content? What if your audience gets confused and doesn't necessarily know what you're presenting and you can't keep people engaged, which we'll speak about a little bit later. But these are some questions I ask you. I also ask the individuals often when I'm able to teach this class, when it comes to content creation, are you trying to get rich right away? Are you thinking you can pay all your bills right away? Do you understand the concept of entrepreneurship and how, whether it's in the physical space or the digital space, it's really no different. It takes time. But once you hit a certain place, just like in a physical place, in a digital space, the growth organically, it continues and expands into the point opportunities come and so forth and so on. So those are some initial thoughts that I just want people to think about when it comes to content creation. One, if you are creating content, what are you creating content for? Are you creating content to tell your story? Are you a creative of sorts, somebody that wants to make people laugh? Are you trying to direct people to a service or business, which I always recommend, no matter what you do? I feel like you should always direct people to a service or business. Matter of fact, at the end of this live, you're going to hear me say, if you want to connect for more direct services and coaching when it comes to this space, you can email me, because every time you see me up here in the digital space, I'm funneling. I'm trying to lead people to another area, not in wrong intention. I give information to people times like this, lives, posts, free, we go whatever, we interact, I respond to messages. But for the people that want, one-on-one sessions, 30 minutes, hour, whatever it is, that goes into my business. That's where I try to lead people to. Got to keep the lights on. It's bigger than social media. When you approach social media, as we get into this thing, it's bigger than just trying to get views and trying to make money off a platform. It's creating opportunities for you. If you have a business, a message, a voice, whatever it is, a talent, you're trying to get as much exposure as you can for opportunities outside of the of the digital space. That's where you make your money. That's where you can provide for yourself. That's where you can open doors for yourself that you would take so much longer before the internet. And to the young people that don't know what life was like before the internet, networking was extremely hard, and that's what I'm getting into. When you approach social media, you should approach it as if you're networking. You're networking with the content that you're creating. Whether you're trying to do commercials or ads, or again, you're just trying to pull people into your story. I'm a storyteller. There should be a certain narrative of sort. Right off the bat, I tell people, don't allow your content to be scattered. Don't do that. Have your content in a way that once your audience finds you, they know that when they come back the next day or the day after, they're gonna find content that's related in the same wheelhouse. That's not to say that you're gonna remain limited, but that's to say that initially you're gonna create content that's gonna build an audience around the type of content that you want to put out. And it's important because putting out content, it's not easy. People think that it's just, oh, you get on the phone, da, da, da. No, you got to create and come up with thoughts. And sometimes you got creator's block and all these things. So it serves you better as you start this journey to do something you're passionate about. If you're passionate about cars and automotive and you're a mechanic, start shooting content about automotives, cars, vehicles. Get up here, give tips on working on cars, whatever it is. Come up with different ways that you can build around whatever topic is that you're passionate about. If you're a writer, read from your book, a chapter, an excerpt. Ask people questions on lives, interact, engage. When you do posts, do the same thing, snippets. Have somebody else read a portion. Maybe do a Q&A, snippets of a book club. Introduce your topic in as many different ways as possible. Maybe act out a scene. I act out in some of my stuff when I'm trying to educate. But present whatever it is that you're trying to promote in as many ways as possible, but keep it as the focal point. Because what's going to happen is, just like any other, if I put a gas station in the middle of my neighborhood, people will know eventually over time, after day 1, day 2, day 3, and word gets around to the neighbors that there's this new gas station in town and they can come here. And they're going to come here to get gas. So once you create and establish your audience, which could take time, it could take one day, it could take 1 month, it could take 1 year, it could take, I don't know. You know, what I would say to you, that is contingent upon your effort and your discipline and your consistency. Once you identify the type of content you want to make and you can identify that's, you know, where you want to go with it, you got to be consistent at it. That means you have to treat it like a job or working out or doing things that you don't want to do when you don't necessarily want to do them. There are plenty of days I don't want to make content, but at the end of the day, my goal through social media, again, is to get my message out there and to network. Opportunities come through consistency and discipline, and the harder I work, it gets easier at the long run. That's my focus. So every day I'm up here on the internet, I'm approaching it in that way. 1 second, I want to make sure this is still going. I'm in multiple places. So consistency is key. Some people say 3 to 5 posts a day. I would say, yeah, probably 3 to 5 posts a day. But if you're just getting started, just start with 1 post a day, but do it every day. You should have 30 or 31 posts every day, or 28, depending on the month, whatever. Post every day. Write down, get a notebook, go into notes on your phone, and every time you have an idea about something you can create, some type of content around the topic that you're continuously trying to present to your audience, to the digital space, write it down, and every day do 2 or 3 of those ideas in the form of a piece of content. The other thing is, what I want to say is, do not allow anybody to tell you that you have to have some state-of-the-art digital camera, 4K, $1 million device, audio, all that. Do these things help? Yes. I'm not gonna lie, they do. But right now, I'm shooting off 2 regular phones. Every viral video that I've ever created on TikTok that's got millions of views was off a broken iPhone 11. The screen was cracked, and that's just being honest with you. I still have that phone. I still use that phone. Just create content. Just create consistency. Put the content out there. Do it every single day. Treat it like a job. If you go to work from 9 to 5, when you come home, you get your workout in, or you take your shower, you kick your feet up, reset 7 p.m., 8 p.m., get you another hour in, dedicate that to your content. There's always time. And here I'm going to tell you something well, man, I know I can't just post one place. I'm trying to post multiple places. Every single piece of content you record, every single piece of content that you create can be posted everywhere. Don't ever forget that. You should be multi-using every piece of content. And the reason is because depending on the platform, depending on the space, is going to depend on the reaction or the response to that piece of content. I post clips on Facebook where, ironically enough, I know more people than anywhere else, and I get the lowest views and interaction there. But I post that same clip on TikTok where I barely know anybody, like actually face to face, millions of views. So post that same piece of content everywhere. And when you think about it, it could take you only, if you're good at it, 2 to 5 minutes to make one piece of content. You should be averaging pieces of content that are at least 1 minute and 1 second in length, because all the digital spaces are shifting towards long form content so they can get ads and everything else played on their space, the digital space. So you're creating a piece of content, you record, you're not worrying about the type of camera, you don't worry about if you stutter or you don't say words perfect. You just get up here and go. There's a trend right now on TikTok. Just get up there and press record. That's literally it. But do it every day. And here's the thing, for anybody that's sitting there, I don't have a particular message or story. I don't necessarily know what I should be doing. You have an audience. There's something that you can say or something that you can teach. There's an experience that you can build around. There's something that's going to connect you to people. Focus on that, and you will find your audience the more you put that message out there. And remember, you don't have to compare yourself to a different type or another content creator. That'll mess you up every time. Again, people are going to relate to you. I'm a criminal justice content creator or whatever, social justice content. Some people say Wallow is as well. Guess what? Not everybody that watches him watches me, or vice versa. I hope to be on his level one day. But it's the same thing with other individuals. My good brother Jesse Crossan got 1 million followers. Not everybody that watches him watches me, and vice versa. Your audience will find you. So don't try to tweak your message, tweak your voice, clean up your vocabulary, whatever it is. People respond to sincere interaction. They respond to like direct, just transparency. That's what gets people hooked when it comes to your message, because people don't like fake. They don't like that. And when they know that you're real and you're not running around perfect and your content is not trying to present perfection, you can win people over and show people what you're really trying to present, your heart, your mind, your message, creativity, whatever it is. It's so important to do this because, again, I can create an organic audience that stays with me in the long run and appreciates watching me grow when it comes to content creating and getting my message out there, versus me chasing views. And although I got a bunch of people that are following me for different reasons and they're not engaging in the content. Again, that's the second time I brought it up. You'll hear me speaking on it a little bit later. Engagement is what leads to making money or revenue on the internet. It's not even the views nowadays. So now that we got some quick little pointers, and again, if you got questions, message me, etc. Or put them in the chat. Maybe I can answer them towards the end. Understanding the different platforms, okay? I want to give you some like quick just truth of the matter when it comes to these different platforms. Because not everybody understands. People are posting and they're hoping to get viral on Facebook, they're hoping to get viral on IG, they're hoping to get viral, whatever, and they don't even really know what is going to happen if that happens. And a couple things first I want to say is, just because you go viral, you're not rich. Like, anybody that tries to portray that image, they're lying, okay? You can pay some bills, you can change some things, for yourself, you can create some opportunities for, and trust me, there are some content creators that are probably paying, all their bills and some, whatever. But realistically, starting off, I just need everybody to know, that first viral video doesn't mean that you're just going to be a millionaire. That's not how it works, but it gives you a good opportunity to grow from there. And it also leads people back to the content you've been creating in the meanwhile. Now, when it comes to these different platforms on social media, some of the main things that I need people to know is this. Let's start with TikTok. TikTok right now, I've got over 100,000 followers. TikTok is where I got my start at for real when it came to getting my message. I would say Facebook too, though, because early on when I first started getting on here on Facebook, I started getting into the thousands. But TikTok was a place where it was like, okay, 900,000, et cetera, et cetera. So, thing about TikTok, for anybody that posts content is wondering what's the difference between TikTok and the other platforms, is one, it is the number one search engine in the world, which means it surpassed Google. Now they might flip flop every now and then, but for an app like that, and a creativity driven app to be the number one search engine in the world tells me what? I need to be posting content there, especially if I'm a business owner. If I'm a business owner, I definitely, but if I'm just trying to be relevant or present or impactful in the digital space, I need to be on TikTok in some way, shape, or form. Now, TikTok, when people talk about monetization, 10,000 followers, over 100,000 views in 1 month, and there's some other criteria attached to that. I can't really think of it right now off top, but TikTok is switching to long form content. Keep in mind, we don't know how long TikTok's going to be around, but TikTok is switching to long form content, which means when you get on TikTok, you're aiming to create a piece of content that is at least 1 minute, 1 second long. I tell people 1 minute, 2 seconds long, just to be, whatever. But that's the goal. That and anything longer. Why? Because once you check off the boxes and certain criteria, you're able to get into the creative market program or whatever it is, creative marketplace, and then you're able to start making some money on TikTok. Now, when it comes to TikTok, just like so many other platforms, first I want to tell you, views and followers don't always mean anything. Sometimes you will see people with 400,000 followers, I promise you, or videos that might have 200,000 views, but there's like zero interaction. It's got a bunch of likes, but there's no comments, there's no saves, they're not bookmarking anything. They're not telling the algorithm that they're coming back to that piece of content. What you want to do when you create content, you want to create engaging content that leads with hooks, asks questions, causes a disturbance right at the beginning to get people's attention. But by all means, you want them to stay on your piece of content for at least 5 seconds on TikTok. That's the cheat code. Why? That's what starts to get you in the algorithm once you're in the creative market program in order to start making money. Of course, I want to keep saying there's other criteria, but these are just some pointers when it comes to TikTok. Also, some need to knows. Though TikTok is the number one search engine in the world, it is a younger platform. No, it's not like 100% like just youth driven, but it is a younger platform as compared to maybe a Facebook, which is maybe more my age. That being said, TikTok is also creativity driven. It's always beneficial to incorporate music, different sounds, pay attention to what's trending, which means you have to actually get on the app and kind of look around and see what's going on. Put in the search bar other creators in your wheelhouse, maybe get some influence, from their content or some ideas, inspiration. But you have to get up there and navigate and look around, get inspired when you get up there so you can start to do some of the same things, but in your own way. I always tell people you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to do it your way. The next thing, as I just mentioned, Facebook, as we get into another platform, and off top is Facebook, a little bit over older crowd, right? A little bit more information driven in regards to like, you can get up here and do longer lives, groups, stuff like that. I don't know, it's just a different feel. It's just more of an organized office space, if that even makes sense the way I see it compared to TikTok, being more of a creative, just energetic, filled arena, if you will. Facebook is still fire. Facebook is, like I said, where I first started to really get engagement, because it was easy for me to find people that were relatable to the things that I were going through, etc. You can always get on the search bar, and for instance, I do a lot of prison related content, and I just went in there and looked up all the prison groups, and as I started to do content, I started to share my content to those groups because it was prison related. I found it all that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got some internet issues over here. See if the other platform catches up. I don't know what's going on with the internet lately. Maybe that'll help. No. So as we continue to talk about this, man, Facebook, like I said, it's easier to pinpoint and identify the individuals that you may want to share your content with directly. You can share your post through Messenger. You can ask people to directly engage on Facebook through Messenger. And basically, you can just ask and request for people to interact more directly versus TikTok. But I would say between the two, when it comes to monetization, definitely TikTok's way more favorable. But then again, I don't know. Maybe I just haven't maximized on Facebook. So IG is that. IG is networking. Probably for me, one of the best places to network outside of X. X is fire too, but IG is my spot. IG also gives you opportunity to create like subscribers channels and things like that, although different platforms do give you opportunity to do things just for your subscribers. But I think that's really cool, an interactive feature where you can create these chats built around your content and people that are supporting through monthly subscriptions, etc. So that's really dope. And that's another thing when it comes to IG, and side note, TikTok as well, and any other platform, Facebook now, etc., YouTube, blah blah. Find ways to encourage people to subscribe to your content, and once you do that, identify ways that you can present something that's different to reward them for subscribing. That's something I'm right now as we speak developing. I have no option to share. But it's something that I'm constantly sitting here already in thoughts about as I'm getting ready to kind of go into this new phase of social media and the internet, if not. But yeah, Instagram's cool. Instagram is definitely visual based. The key to getting traction or getting an audience in Instagram is reels, which means these are clips 60 seconds or less, but have no fear. Take that minute and 3-second clip that you used on TikTok, download an app like TickSave, take the watermark off, and put it right there on IG. They do allow you to post reels up to, I believe, 90 seconds. So you're in there. You can multi-use that clip there and on Facebook as a short as well. And remember, cheat code is, kind of condensing all this, is every long form piece of content that you create, you can cut into short clips. So if you have a clip that's 10 minutes long, you can cut that up into 30-second clips, and you can have you 20 pieces. So again, multi-use. Don't let content go to waste. And again, don't try to post perfect clips. So Instagram, good networking. Facebook, little older crowd, great for networking, direct interaction. TikTok, biggest search engine right now. And now YouTube. YouTube is the moneymaker when it comes to monetization. YouTube is a legit way where once you get to a certain place, you can definitely pay some bills. You can pay the light bill for sure, and whatever else. But the thing about YouTube is, step one, shorts. You know what I'm saying? Shorts are beneficial. You welcome, cuz. On YouTube, I recommend, shout out to the good brother Ian Bick who put me on, posting at least 3 to 5 shorts a day on YouTube. These are clips that are 60 seconds or shorter. And that's what's going to start to get you traction. But in the meanwhile, every now and then, sprinkle in some longer form content. I'm getting ready to launch a podcast, which is going to be so exciting, by the way. I'm really excited. But that's my longer form content. I'm also going live on YouTube. I'm doing different things now, starting to do some storytelling, etc. But shorts, no matter what, daily, built or posted around the longer form content. Pull people in with your shorts, engage on your lives, just like you should be doing on every platform, by the way, and then lead them to your long form content. It takes time, but once you're on, it works. Now, when it comes to these different platforms, and you're definitely glad this is helping, guys. But when it comes to these different platforms, pay attention to the tools and experiment. Get into these different platforms, see what options you have. Don't be limited in just getting up there, pressing record. That's it. There's so many different filters and options and things. There's different insights. For instance, on TikTok, you can literally put in the search bar creative insights, and it'll tell you things that you should speak on, or that are trending that day. There are data analytics that will tell you when your audience or the people that are looking at your content are more often on the internet. So it shows you when you should more likely post. There are certain data pieces when it comes to these the toolbars on these platforms that will show you keywords that people that follow look for when it comes to your content that you can include in your hashtags, etc. But what I'm saying is utilize the analytics, utilize the data, and learn from it so you can grow. The thing about these platforms that we often don't think about, they literally give you these tools because they want you to grow, because it benefits their platform. The next time they can create or create a way for somebody like me or you or whatever on their platform to get millions of views, that means more sponsorship ads are going to be paid on your content, and they're going to make money. It just is, or more people are going to have viewing minutes on their app, whatever it is, however they make money, that's what's going to happen and occur. I don't know what it is with the internet today, y'all. But these were some quick pointers, quick tips. Hopefully this helped. Hopefully this information was beneficial. It's just consistency and discipline and understanding. So again, it's finding what you want to post about, something that you would enjoy posting about every day for the long, or at least incorporating it into your regular posting process or schedule. It's once you identify your audience, engaging your audience, it's asking them questions in the comments, it's going live with them, it's asking them to share your posts, it's asking, whatever it is, reshare, whatever. It's identifying the difference between the platforms as we discussed, so you can better understand how to approach. For instance, hey, long form content, I probably put whole podcast on YouTube, but on Instagram, guess what? 30-second reel, a snippet from that. You know what I'm saying? To lead them to there. And the other thing is, if you have somewhere a service, a business, a brand that you can lead people, lead them there. Always let people know. Again, like I let off, you hear it right now as we get ready to bring this to a close. If anybody wants to connect for more one-on-one information, services, tips, pointers, whatever, email me. It's part of my service. You know what I'm saying? So it's an example, but it's very real. You see me posted on my IG story, etc., because it's what I do for a living. So where are you directing them? What's the purpose? Is it just to make money off the internet? That's cool, but why stop there? This is digital real estate, and the way I look at it, I heard somebody else say it recently, but all of this space is very affordable. As long as you have your phone, you can utilize the digital space. It's up to you to create the opportunity in the digital space. It's up to you to create your posts with purpose and lead them to a place where you can create opportunity of progress for yourself. So, as I started, what's your purpose when it comes to posting? Hopefully this helped. And that's all I can say, man. At 5 p.m. Eastern today, if you're watching this live, we have the Family Matters, Family Unification Zoom call, so everybody can attend virtually. Yeah, the link is up, all that good stuff. I hope to see you there. I'll be hopping up here with more of my teammates so we can give some more good information, insight on some things that we hopefully, well, we feel like will help you guys. And that's it, man. Thank y'all. And if this has helped you, please like the post, comment how it may have helped you, and share this to somebody that you know can benefit from it. The goal with anything, putting education, information out there, is not for the conversation to stop right here, but for it to continue on and keep going and motivate and inspire and continue to cause change. So hopefully see y'all soon, man. If not, hey, keep grinding, keep elevating, stay safe, and keep making your dreams come true, man. Don't listen to the people that say it can't happen. For real. Let's get it done. Peace.